Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are two names that have surged into the limelight in women's basketball, commanding attention for their talent, confidence, and the drama that often trails them. This time, however, the spotlight burns brighter than usual, sparked by a moment that caught the sports world off guard. Caitlin Clark turning down a multi-million-dollar deal that could have altered her trajectory and shaken the foundations of her burgeoning rivalry with Angel Reese. Reese, a towering figure both physically and metaphorically, known for her dominant court presence and brash confidence, reportedly responded to this decision with a mix of disbelief and apprehension, signaling that this wasn't just a business move, it was personal. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Clark, the sharpshooting maestro with a penchant for the theatrical, didn't merely decline a lucrative opportunity. She sent a message. In rejecting millions, Clark cemented her image as a purist of the game, someone seemingly unwilling to let corporate interests dilute her focus. To those watching from the sidelines, it was a bold move that reeked of self-assurance and perhaps stubbornness. For Angel Reese, it represented something else entirely: unpredictability. In a rivalry defined by one-upmanship and ego, Clark's decision disrupted the natural rhythm of their silent competition, leaving Reese to reassess her next move. Angel Reese thrives in a world of clarity, where her opponent's ambitions and strategies are often worn openly. She is a player who relishes mind games, dominating not just physically but psychologically. Clark's decision, however, threw a wrench in that dynamic. The LSU star, often unapologetically brash and candid, appeared visibly rattled, as if grappling with the sheer audacity of Clark's choice. Reese, who had positioned herself as the emblem of unapologetic ambition, saw Clark shun an opportunity that aligned so neatly with everything Reese outwardly celebrated: success, visibility, and influence. The backdrop to this saga adds layers of intrigue. Reese and Clark have cultivated a rivalry that transcends basketball. It's the kind of rivalry that becomes a cultural phenomenon, echoing through social media timelines, debates on sports shows, and casual conversations alike. Reese's theatrical gestures, Clark's icy demeanor, they are polar opposites in personality, yet both are united by their extraordinary talent and knack for theatrics. Reese's glares and unapologetic celebrations contrast with Clark's calm but razor-sharp wit. Together, they built a narrative that fans devour with relish. Clark's rejection of millions isn't just a twist in her personal story. It's a new chapter in their shared saga. For Reese, the implications of Clark's decision might feel unsettling. Reese is no stranger to the business of basketball. She's a marketer's dream, flashy on the court, outspoken off it, and acutely aware of her ability to draw attention. To see her rival step away from such an enticing offer, one that could have increased Clark's influence tenfold, creates an unexpected vacuum. It's as if Clark has voluntarily ceded the battlefield of public endorsement to Reese, but with the confidence of someone who doesn't care to compete on that front. And in a rivalry built on competition, refusing to engage feels like a move calculated to disrupt. Clark's rejection is especially fascinating because it comes during an era when athletes, particularly in women's sports, are finally enjoying greater financial opportunities. The deal she turned down wasn't just money. It represented the validation of women's basketball as a viable platform for global influence. Rejecting it sends a signal that Clark's focus lies elsewhere, for now at least. To fans, her choice might reflect a sense of integrity, a desire to prioritize her love for the game over monetary gain. To Reese, it might feel like a subtle jab, a way of saying, "This isn't my endgame." While the decision itself was shocking, the implications for Reese's mindset add a layer of humor to the drama. Reese is known for her swagger, her uncanny ability to own any situation with a mix of grit and charm. Yet, imagining her trying to process Clark's move, perhaps pacing back and forth, throwing up her hands in mock exasperation, brings an almost sitcom-like quality to the moment. Reese, who often embraces the role of the villain with gusto, might find herself in unfamiliar territory, unsure whether to laugh at Clark's audacity or double down on her own approach. But Reese's reaction is more than just surface-level theatrics. As a competitor, she understands the ripple effects of Clark's choice. In rejecting millions, Clark has created an air of mystique that can't be bought or replicated. It's a move that, ironically, might elevate her status even further. Reese, who thrives on outshining her opponents, now faces an opponent who seems content to dim the spotlight, just enough to make Reese's shine feel overly calculated. It's a chess move, subtle and effective, and Reese knows it. This moment also forces a re-examination of what success looks like in modern sports. For Angel Reese, success has always been tied to visibility and dominance. Her career is a masterclass in leveraging personality and talent to build a brand. Clark, on the other hand, seems to be rewriting the playbook, suggesting that true influence might not always require flashy deals or viral moments. In refusing to play by traditional rules, Clark has positioned herself as an enigma, someone whose choices are harder to predict and, therefore, more intriguing. The tension between Reese and Clark is amplified by their contrasting approaches to fame and fortune. Reese, ever the extrovert, wears her ambitions openly. Her celebrations on the court are statements, her interviews peppered with bold declarations. Clark, quieter but no less confident, operates with a sense of calculated restraint. She's the kind of player who lets her performance speak louder than her words, yet when she does speak, it carries weight. This dynamic, Reese's bombast versus Clark's subtlety, makes their rivalry endlessly compelling. Clark's rejection of millions is just another example of her unpredictable nature, and Reese's reaction only adds fuel to the fire. Beyond the rivalry, Clark's decision resonates with broader themes in sports culture. It challenges the notion that success is measured solely by monetary gain or public visibility. In turning down such a significant opportunity, Clark reminds fans that not every move needs to be about immediate reward. It's a sentiment that, while admirable, also raises questions about how athletes define their legacies. For Reese, who has built her career on embracing every opportunity with open arms, Clark's choice might feel like a rebuke of the very philosophy that has propelled Reese to stardom. Reese's terror, whether real or exaggerated, underscores the psychological gamesmanship at play. It's not just about what Clark did, but what it means for their rivalry moving forward. By stepping off the beaten path, Clark has created a narrative that Reese must now contend with. For a player who thrives on control, this lack of predictability might feel like an Achilles heel. Reese's strength lies in her ability to anticipate and counter her opponent's moves. Clark's decision, however, breaks that rhythm, forcing Reese to recalibrate. In the grander scheme of their rivalry, this moment is a defining one. Clark's rejection of millions isn't just a personal choice. It's a statement that reverberates through the competitive landscape they share. For Reese, it's a reminder that the battle isn't just fought on the court or in endorsement deals, but in the choices they make as individuals. And while Clark might appear unbothered, Reese's reaction suggests that the move has struck a chord. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. This rivalry is far from over. If anything, Clark's decision has added another layer of intrigue, setting the stage for future encounters that will be even more charged with meaning. Reese, ever the showwoman, will undoubtedly find a way to respond, whether through her performance on the court or her next big endorsement deal. But for now, Clark holds the upper hand, not because she rejected millions, but because she did so on her terms, leaving everyone, including Angel Reese, guessing about what comes next. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.